What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Shot is in the basement party. Yeah.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push
Steelers here.
Roethlisberger Steelers going up against Roethlisberger Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and...
Making some adjustments, huh? Cricket, 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 cricket.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. And they'll give it to him here.
Let's go.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go.
Let's go. That's a good start right there.
Second down.
The defense won that
What's up, man?
So fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
In 12
I don't like him, but that's the team I usually play with.
Bell averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First two games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon Bell can set new records.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to
Picked
try
it.
Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's third down. And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game,
you
pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it away from offenses.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And this would complete to Marcus Wheaton.
Let's go.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Now Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, but they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. On the stop that time, it's William Gay.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Roethlisberger. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Good play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Shit.
And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football, football 101, tells us if you don't
I
get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams,
I said I should have took a knee.
With approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop.
Oh.
Looks like he had green on that play.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Let's
this
go.
is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 44 yards.
And there's another one of those incredible highlight reel catches. One-handed, deep downfield, another big completion. I know this, partner. As a defender, I don't know how you avoid watching what they do. It's everywhere. All the highlight shows, watching it on Madden, trying not to get intimidated before you go out and have to play against these guys.
Did you say something?
Well, after those plays, the offense coordinator has to feel like he has balance in his favor. Threw it, then ran it, both for nice chunks of yardage. Now he feels like he's got things going in his direction, but the defensive coordinator, his guys are off balance a little bit. How does he set up, and what does he plan for on the next play? Is there a tendency there he can lock in on and maybe set his defensive call?
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
So on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Room here to run. They'll go pick up there at 22.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught at the 1.
Let's
and
go.
He's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's up and good. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Well, conventional football, football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Hey, you know, partner, switching gears for a second, talking about the Super Bowl, we had a lot of records set in that game, Atlanta, New England, didn't we?
It was that kind of an exciting game, wasn't it? I mean, let's face it. 25-point deficit, the largest deficit ever overcome by a team to win a Super Bowl. And the Patriots broke their own record. They were down 10 against Seattle and won that game. How about James White and what he did? 14 catches in the game. And Tom Brady now owns 11 Super Bowl records, including appearances, 7 as a starting quarterback. He's got 4 MVPs, and he has 5 Super Bowl titles.
And 37 first downs for the Patriots. They ran 93 plays to Atlanta's 46.
Well, Grady Jarrett did show up, though, for Atlanta. That gave him a lot of credit. Defensive lineman set a Super Bowl record or tied one with 3 sacks. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he's brought
get some
down
pressure
after
now.
a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that? Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots
Got
are.
detachment from the ball.
Same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. Here's Roethlisberger on the throw. And the hit jarred it loose.
Should have caught it.
It's incomplete.
Back coverage.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Roethlisberger.
Oh, I gotta pick
his
that.
hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Sad, what are you doing? Oh, you
man,
can go
that
for
was
it? That's
close.
what's up.
The opportunity to change momentum, big play,
Might as well,
in
right?
his hands, unable to come down with it. A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 55 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And his kick is right through. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit? I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. Yeah, I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to walk. They've got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well. Showed it right there. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call. They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Good
I
play.
want to sneak in a note here on the officials while time permits from the Super Bowl game. I know that you had high praise that really, you know they did a good job when no one is talking about them on Monday.
You're exactly right, and in fact, they're being praised almost universally for getting a couple of calls that were really difficult to make in real time correct. I'm talking about the Julian Edelman catch. Emphatic that it was a catch. Replay confirmed it. And then, of course, the James White touchdown in overtime, because that was called a touchdown on the field. And, of course, they confirmed that one as well upstairs in the replay. But normally, these officials come together. They're an all-star crew. They don't work together as much during the season. But this one felt very cohesive. I thought they did a fantastic job.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They give him a gain of 38. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. In motion left is a running back. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger.
Pick,
Trying
let's
for
go.
Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And on a different topic, don't forget, yes, we had the Super Bowl, also had the Madden Bowl leading up to the big game. Eric Berry, 2nd year in a row, won that, beating Dak Prescott.
And those guys are really, really competitive in playing those games. So don't think that Eric Berry didn't really enjoy it. But in the, what do they call it, the Madden Major Series?
I call it the non-athlete series.
Well, not athlete, but way more competitive even than the players playing. How about that championship?
Yeah, Chris W. McFarland beating Eric Problem Wright took home his share of almost $250,000. And by the way, online qualifying now open for the Madden Challenge, the 3rd event of the Madden 17 Championship Series. Should be a lot of fun.
We need to start working on our games. I heard that purse, $250,000.
Your ears perked up.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get to work.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. And he's brought down after a good game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And will be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And quickly, they get to the line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fire, looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off, William Gay. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He sets to fire. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. Overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll go again with Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop it, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right. Send me a request then. Q. I won that one. I had to go.